channel. I have not filmed in a few days. It has been like a heat wave this week in our state, and it has just been way too hot to do anything or get myself together. Yeah, we live like in an older home that does not have like central AC, and so hopefully you don't hear my fans too much, but we have like fans and stuff going. I'm also using a new mic, so kind of worried about that situation, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, it's been way too hot to really do much of anything other than just sit and try not to move. But I finally got all of our new curriculum in that we're going to be using for first grade next year, and so I really wanted to do a video and show everything to you guys. Now, our main curriculum, which I've kind of already talked to you guys about, is The Good and the Beautiful, but we do have some supplemental things that we are adding in, as well as some like new subjects that we have not done like in the past, or at least from The Good and the Beautiful. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with math. And if you are not aware, The Good and the Beautiful offers either like a free PDF of their curriculum that you can just print yourself, or you can purchase it and they will send it to you like just ready to go. Last year for kindergarten, I just purchased everything, and so this year I thought, like, why not try at least like one of the subjects, printing it myself. Maybe it'll just save us some money. So that's what I did for the math, and I'll show it to you. I have not actually printed like all of the lessons yet, but I just have it in a binder like this, and I'm just printing all of the lessons out like this, just like it would be if they sent it to you already bound. And I have to say, so we're doing math level 1 for my daughter for first grade, and I have to say my experience so far is that I do not think I'm going to print it myself again. For me, like, I mean, it's obviously, it saves some money, which is great, and some people I think even just like print whatever lesson they need for that day, you know, or maybe weekly they print all their lessons and it's not that big of a deal. But I am like a very organized person to where like it would really bother me if just everything is not ready to go, and I don't want to get to a point where, like, you know, I forget to print it out the night before, or didn't print enough, or all of a sudden we don't have paper, or we're out of ink. I don't know what it is, but just there's always something. And so I really prefer to have things just ready to go, and the less I have to do, the better. So it was great trying it out, but another thing was that, like, I didn't realize this when I got the PDF and decided to do it, but it was like over 300 pages, so that's why I haven't printed everything yet. I think I've gotten through like lesson 19, and so yeah, I have a little bit ways to go, but I'm glad that I tried it out printing it this way, because otherwise I wouldn't have known, and it's a good option to know that you can get it for free, if that's, you know, the best option for you. So math level 1, their math comes with manipulatives, so that I did purchase separately. So here's the box, and this is just something I really love about The Good and the Beautiful. We did the same thing last year with our kindergarten, so we have another separate box of things that came with that, but let me try to show you guys without spilling it here. So it comes with some different like magnetic shapes, which, if you saw, the front of this is a clock for when they're going over learning time. The other side is, I believe, a whiteboard, and it's magnetic, because I know these stick to it, but I haven't tried it as a whiteboard yet. I'm going to have to double check on that before we do any writing on it. But it comes with just different manipulatives. There's some fake money in here, some math and number blocks, so just whatever you'll need for your lesson that day. It'll tell you what to get out, and that's one of the reasons I just love The Good and the Beautiful, is because they give you everything that you need. Okay, and I have to say, just the math, like, I've only ever heard good things about the math, to be honest, you guys, but it's just so like colorful and beautiful. We loved it for kindergarten, and I just know we're gonna love it again for my daughter going into first grade. Math was one of the things that she actually really enjoyed doing. So yeah, I'm really excited to try this out. Okay, and then as some supplemental things, I picked up a couple of these little workbooks here, addition and subtraction, and they're pretty easy, but it's something that I kind of like to start off our homeschool day with something like this, just to kind of get things moving, get your brain going, um, and yeah, so that's why I usually pick up a couple supplemental things like this just for her to do like one page before we start our actual curriculum. Okay, and then we also use fun schooling journals as a supplement. And again, some of the stuff I had purchased previously and like we didn't get to it last year, and so there's a chance that with some of these subjects this year we won't get to some of this supplemental stuff, but I like to have extras just in case like we have time for it, or like we get through things quicker than we realize, that we always have a backup of something to do, or if we just feel like doing something over the weekend but don't want to do like our actual curriculum, or maybe we're going on a road trip and need something in the car. I just like having extras. So um, these are available on Amazon, these fun schooling journals. So this one is a comic book math fun schooling journal. So there's lots of coloring, there's math problems, just some like really fun activities. And they have quite a few journals that are like centered around Minecraft, which a lot of kids love, so that's fun also. So yeah, this is just something a little extra that we have as a supplement if we need it. Okay. Alright, so that is for math. Now, language arts. Again, the good and the beautiful for the main curriculum, which they just redid this level, well, a few of them, but level 1. And I'm so excited, you guys. Like, I flipped through this a little bit, and it's just so pretty. There's so many pictures. It looks like so much fun. We enjoyed the language arts level K that we did last year. However, my daughter didn't have as much fun with it as like when she was doing math and the different activities and pictures that are involved in that. And a big part of their language arts, at least what I noticed with kindergarten, it was the only one that I had used so far with the good and the beautiful because it was our first year. It like it was still beautiful, but the pages were a lot more like basic, and so it was just doing like, you know, writing or reading or different aspects of language arts, and I feel like these pages just pop a little bit more, and my daughter really needs that. She's a visual learner, and I think that the changes that they made are just going to be perfect. I was kind of dreading getting back into language arts this year just because it was the only time she really like complained last year, and so looking at the changes that they made, I'm really excited about starting this. Our main focus in kindergarten was learning to read, and so it was difficult that like the language arts portion, you know, she kind of like struggled with because it wasn't like as fun for her. Even though she ended up picking up reading super fast, just some of the lessons, I think the pages weren't as exciting to her. It was just like, oh, we're writing more, or oh, we're practicing these vowels. You know, it wasn't as exciting, but it looks like there's a lot more activities now. And then a couple supplements. So again, I have this School Zone level 1 through 2, ages 6 through 8 reading activities. So hopefully we will be able to do like one page a day just before we get started in our language arts. And I should have mentioned, I haven't done a video on our schedule yet, which I probably will, but we don't do all subjects in one day. So we usually do like, we homeschool Monday through Friday, and we'll do like math 2 days, language arts 2 days, and then like on Friday, at least last year, we did like writing and some social studies, and like any of the extra stuff we did on that day. So I haven't quite nail down our schedule yet for first grade because we are adding in some more. So I'll have to figure that out and probably do like a video with you guys to kind of show you what our plan is. But yeah, just some fun little activities that we can do just to kind of get our day going and get us ready to start our school day. And I should have mentioned the Good and the Beautiful Level 1 Language Arts. It also comes with these booster cards and booster books. I totally forgot to mention that. So this is something new that they're doing, so I'm really excited about it. You basically work through these along with the curriculum book, and it just has more things for them to practice and master before you get through the lessons. So I haven't looked through all of this yet, but so far the videos that I've watched on it, like this looks like it's going to be a great addition. And the readers, I'll show you. There is, I think, the curriculum also tells you throughout this when to pull out these little readers. There's a child trying to get in the video right now.
Yeah.
It comes with these little these little readers, and I can already tell just by looking at these that they're going to be really easy for my daughter. Like, they are beautiful, so, you know, I think we're going to enjoy them. They have really pretty pictures. But her reading level is just kind of skyrocketed, and so we're going to definitely be adding in some other books other than just these readers, because I want her to have books that are, you know, a little bit higher level, or that level that she's reading at, as well as trying to kind of encourage her to read even bigger words. So we're going to be adding in more than just this, but this is a great addition to the language arts. Now, I have another fun schooling journal from the Thinking Tree as a supplement for language arts. This one, that company also offers PDFs that you can print out, so I've done that for a few of them. So for this one, I printed it out and just put it in this folder. But the book itself is a Minecraft spelling time workbook. So this one has a little bit more like poetry and spelling. Hi. That'll be the upcoming first grader checking out her new curriculum. But yes, it's centered around like Minecraft, so it's got some fun drawing pages in here and spelling words. Spelling isn't going to be our like main focus for first grade, but I just thought that it would be something good to add in as we do start getting into spelling. So if we have time, we'll be working on this as well. Okay, now writing. This is the first year that I purchased curriculum that has writing. So again, it's handwriting level 1 from the Good and the Beautiful. It seems pretty basic, has letters and numbers, lots of tracing. So some things that we've already done. Let's see. So it says it has form drawing, writing first name, writing letters and numbers, tracing and writing words and sentences, as well as drawing for section 1. Let's see here. And it gets a little bit more difficult as you go. Section 2, they're working on writing first and last name, writing letters and numbers, tracing words and sentences. So with writing this year, I think writing is going to be like our main focus this year, improving on writing. So I'm probably going to try and fit writing into our schedule every day, even if it's just a page, because it's something that I really want her to practice going into first grade. Now, the language arts with the Good and the Beautiful does have writing incorporated in it as well, so it won't be like her only time that she's getting writing, but I just want it to be a little bit more of our main focus in first grade, which is why I wanted to add in the handwriting curriculum along with it. And I have a couple supplements which you guys have already seen because we didn't get through all of these last year in kindergarten. So I showed these to you in our kindergarten curriculum video. and we didn't get through them completely last year, so I'm just kind of carrying them over to first grade. If we have time to work on these as well, we will, because they were great additions last year. So and as I said, our like main focus in kindergarten was really just learning how to read, and so some of these supplements that I've had for a while, we just didn't finish because it wasn't our main focus for that year. Okay, now something new that we're adding in a way new, we did a lot of science unit studies last year, as well as like science related like subscription boxes. So I don't want to say that we didn't do science last year, because we had a lot of hands-on activities that I consider to be science related, but I didn't buy a specific curriculum for science. So for first grade, I got again, see the trend, the good and the beautiful. I got their fields and flowers for little hearts and hands. So I am so excited about this, you guys. I've heard really good things about it, and just looking through the pages, I mean, it's beautiful. Like, these activities are going to be so much fun. Now this part here is the big book of science stories that goes along with it. But I just like, I mean, who wouldn't want to do this? Like, I want to go back to school and have this be my curriculum. So yeah, it comes with the big book of science stories, and then this is the parent guide. So it kind of walks you through what activity they're going to be doing, and it'll let you know when you need to read one of the stories from the other book that will like correlate with the activity being done. So I'm really excited about this. I think based off the amount of lessons in here, I want to say it was 30. I'm thinking we might get through this before the end of the year, depending on how many we do. Yeah, there's 30 lessons. So I think my goal will be to do one a week, just because I don't know if we could fit more than that in. I don't like our school days to be more than like a couple hours, to be honest with you, of at least like hands-on curriculum. Like, we'll do a lot of other activities or watch videos or movies or do like poetry tea time. Like, it's not that there's not other learning happening, but just sitting and working on workbooks at this age, it's just not something that I think is beneficial to do more than that. So once I figure out our schedule, I'll kind of see how much we can fit this in, but we may finish this by the end of, before the end of the year. We'll see. But I'm so excited about this. I'm going to link the Good and the Beautiful down below. I don't have any like affiliation, but I'll link everything that we're using down below so that you guys can see it. And the fun schooling journals that we have as supplements, as well as the other workbooks, those I believe I got all of them from Amazon, so I'm going to link those down below for you. Okay, last subject that I'm actually carrying over from last year as well that we didn't finish, which if you watched my kindergarten curriculum video you would have seen this, but it is the kindergarten social studies daily practice workbook. So like I mentioned, this was not like part of our main focus for kindergarten, so there's quite a few lessons left in here that I just figured I would kind of carry over into first grade. I still got to kind of figure out how to work it into our schedule, because some of these lessons can be kind of extensive, and with a subject like this I like to incorporate a lot of book reading as well as watching some videos to kind of help explain some of these more you know, big subjects and big topics. So I do want to try and incorporate this, but I just have to kind of figure out the schedule and see how we're going to fit it in our days without being like overwhelming. Plus I feel like at this age a lot of the social studies that they are learning can really be learned through our literature that we're reading, which I have another haul coming up as soon as I get like one more thing in the mail. And there's so many good books that we're going to be reading about different people in history this coming year, and so I just know we're going to be getting so much of that already, but I do want to fit this in where I can, so we'll see when I figure out my schedule. Okay, so that is the last subject. So we got math, language arts, writing, science, and social studies. So, guys, pray for me because, as you know, I work from home full time as well as have, um, my kids home and homeschooling. So, with my youngest being 18 months, he's a wild one, you guys. So every year is a little interesting, trying to kind of figure out how we're going to be able to navigate school and keeping him occupied. And now that we're adding in more subjects, yeah, pray for me, y'all. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. um, you want to say hi?
Hi.
But I know that she's gonna do great. She always does. So, all right, I will wrap this up so it doesn't get too long, and hopefully have it up for you guys soon. Let me know in the comments what you guys are doing for your first grade curriculums. If you have any suggestions or if you've used any of these before with your kiddos, I'd love to know how it worked for you since so much of this is new for us. All right, thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.